afternoon, year 9s. We are going to be making brownies today, okay? And I am talking to you guys, I know the video's on. This video will go onto your Google Classroom, so you'll be able to watch it when you want to remember how to cook this for next week, okay? So first thing we're going to do is prepare all of our ingredients. So here I've measured 275 grams of caster sugar, okay? And I've got 85 grams of plain flour, okay, you okay? Okay, and then I've got 40 grams here of cocoa powder. I've got 3 eggs, I've got my butter, I have got my chocolate, everything else is prepared for me, okay? So, first thing I'm going to do is melt my chocolate and melt my butter together. So, put this on here, my measuring scales, press it to 0, making sure it is on grams always, okay? I want you to write this down, the method, as we're going along, please. Okay? You can write the method as we're going along. Taking a butter knife, I need 185 grams of butter into my pan here. So I'm opening it up, moving it out of the way so you guys can see. Opening the pack of butter, pressing 0, so it goes to 0, so it's not weighing the pan, okay? 185 grams. The whole packet is 250, so we need to put a substantial amount in at a time. That's 126. Making sure you have washed your hands and cleaned your surfaces before we cook, okay? Okay. Okay, 169, nearly there. Making sure we get to 185. See? There we go. Okay? Now, I'm going to put this back over here. Where does this go? Anyone know? Sink. Straight into the sink. Do we know why we're cleaning as we go along? Does anybody know? Yes. Yeah, that's one of the reasons, yes.
So it doesn't spread bacteria.
Yeah, good. Anything else? Anybody else? Any other reasons you think? Yes?
So it doesn't waste time.
What about health and safety? Okay? Thinking about health and safety, we might have a bowl here, and if that bowl drops, if we're not looking and our arms are floating around, that bowl's going to go on the floor and we're going to have a health hazard, okay? We're going to have glass everywhere. So we need to be careful. Taking it back to 0 and taking dark chocolate. Not everybody likes dark chocolate, but the reason we use dark chocolate is because of the consistency and the taste. You won't taste the dark chocolate. You've got all these ingredients in here. You've got lots of sugar going on as well. This is a sweet treat. We don't make things like this all the time, okay? We're not eating things like this every day. These are just a treat. So, I need the same amount of chocolate as the same amount of butter. So how much butter did I put in there? Does anyone remember?
185.
Excellent, beautiful. And I'm going to use the same amount of dark chocolate, breaking it up because it's easier when it melts, okay? Now last week we made a white chocolate batch. They turned out quite nice as well, but they do look chocolatey at the end, like brown chocolate, not white chocolate. There we go. Let's see how much we need. A little bit more. I'm going to use a tiny bit of milk chocolate that I've got here. Okay, there's no talking, please. We should be writing our instructions here. Step-by-step instructions. Beautiful. Just exactly what I need. Now, on a low heat, I'm going to pop this on a hob at the back and let this melt, okay? Giving it an occasional stir when I need to. Right, there we go. Now, I have in this bowl 275 grams of sugar, okay? And I will be cracking 3 eggs into that sugar. Taking a small bowl, just to crack them in there first, just in case there's any foreign bodies and I want to get rid of that, okay? A small crack, 2 hands, pour it in, okay? That egg looks fine, so I'm going to put that into my sugar. One more. Okay, that looks fine as well. That goes straight in. This is good practice, all right? to making sure that your eggs are okay. And sometimes people like to take the eyes out as well. You know the little dark spots you get? They're the eyes, we can remove them. Hands are a bit dirty, so we'll give them a quick wash. We don't just start touching everything, because that's how what happens. Anybody know? Give me an answer for that one.
Bacteria.
Excellent. And that is called cross-contamination, okay? That's the things that we have to be careful of. Giving this a quick stir with my spatula. I'll give you a look in the video of how it looks like when it melts. Okay? You'll see it when I pour it all in. Okay. Swiping that and just putting that on the side. Letting that still come, so that egg goes in here. My bowl goes straight into the sink. Keeping an eye on this always, making sure my handle is at the right place, okay? So it's not a knot. Now, this is called an electrical hand whisk. Now, what we are going to do is we're going to whisk the egg and the sugar to make it double its size, okay? And what's going to happen while I'm whisking? Anybody tell me yes?
It might foam up.
Yeah? And what does that mean when it's foaming? Yeah?
Bubbles.
Bubbles. And what's inside the bubbles?
So
Air. Excellent. Okay? No, we've got air in the bubbles. This is called aeration. The reason we want aeration is because we want our product to be nice and light and fluffy, not dense, okay? So we want to be able to enjoy the texture of that product. Now, this will take a few moments. Always holding your blade at the bottom of the bowl, as you can see. Moving the bowl around and your hand at the same time, okay? You will see this changing consistency straight away. And the colour will change, become a light pale fluffy colour. Give me one moment, yeah? With your answers at the end. Questions at the end. Having a look at the bottom of the chocolate over there. Okay, so when I turn this off, I'll be lifting it up very gently over my product and just turning it off, okay? Using this part, moving my wire, just to put it down, and we'll keep it on the side like that. Giving this a little stir. Okay? We're just letting the butter melt. Because it is quite hot already, we can turn it off and we can just let that melt. Give it a quick stir to help the process happen, the process of it melting quicker. Okay? It's going to do that for a moment. Okay, I don't want to put this mixture in to my ingredients here while it is quite hot, because what will happen if I put it in quite hot, it will make our product flatten, okay? And I don't want the flattened product. And now it's all melted because I was just stirring it all, okay? So, when you're working in threes, one of you can stand aside and just keep on stirring it, making sure it's cool, okay? Today, as I'm working on my own here, I'm in my sink, just taking things I don't need at the moment out with my little sinkhole stopper for the water. I'm going to fill that up with cold water, okay, for a moment. Giving that a stir, taking it off the edges with my spatula. Now, I'm not going to be pouring this into my sink. All I'm going to be doing is putting the bottom of this into the sink. I only need a little bit of water, okay? Now I'm going to place that there. That's going to cool down while we're doing this, okay? Now, back to our sugar and our eggs, okay? Let's go. Remembering how to use the machine correctly always, okay? I like to give my bowl a quick spin while I'm whisking. Does take a little bit of time, so you must be patient at this stage. Are we all writing our instructions down? Excellent. No talking to you. Can you see the colours change? Yeah? Colours change lots. And I want this to go a little bit more thicker. So while one of you are doing this, one person can be measuring, one person can be cooling down the chocolate and melting the chocolate. By this time, the more time you give to this, the more it will rise, okay? And the more nice texture you'll get in the product, yes. Can you give me a moment because I can't hear you with the machine on, yeah? Let's wait for questions at the end, alright? And it becomes really thick and creamy. If I just turn this away one moment, can you just move over to the side a little bit? Move over, yeah, that's it. Okay, this becomes really thick and creamy, okay? A little bit more. Excellent, well done. Okay. Keep on whisking for a moment. I know this takes a little bit of time, okay? But this is a really good recipe that you can share with your family and friends at home as well. You can put your favourite chocolate in there. Up gently, turning my machine off, okay? Now, as you can see, the colour has changed, the consistency has changed, the whole being of it has changed. Now, with your, we're going to leave the chocolate in actually, okay? With your sift, you're going to sift in your flour, okay? Making sure you're taking out all those lumps. If there's any foreign bodies in there as well, okay? Pressing some of them out. Okay. Whatever's left at the end, you can pop that in the bin. Taking your other bowl with your cocoa powder in there. Okay. Sifting that through, holding your hand there, just tapping it across very gently. If there's any lumps in there, you can take, because there's more in this one, what I would do is just take a spoon and just gently push them through. Okay. These bits are done. Don't need these anymore, so I'm going to place this by the sink. Okay, now time to place some chocolate in there. Maybe you have a favourite chocolate, okay? That this is the time where you put your chocolate into this product. Or you want to use some Oreo biscuits. You can put Oreo biscuits in here. Anything you can use but without nuts. Obviously we're a nut-free school, okay? So anything that you like. If you like crunchy, you can buy a crunchy. If you like Mars bar, if you like caramel, whichever one you choose to use, you can use. 100 grams, okay? You're allowed to use at this point. And then what this will do, it will melt while it's cooking. So you get that gorgeous gooey flavour when you're biting into it, okay? Now I'll put a little bit more in. Just breaking it up because you want them quite chunky. Just rinse my hand. Now my chocolate should be ready, so I'm going to lift that up. Just going to rinse my hand in that water. Okay. Making sure it's not dragging the water everywhere. Just tapping it on a tea cloth, the bottom of this. Giving it a quick stir so all the ingredients are mixed up again. Using my spatula on the side so I can take out all of those really nice ingredients that we're using, okay? Now we pour this into our product. Into all of the dry ingredients, we put the wet ingredients, okay? I'd like to use all of my ingredients, so using my spatula wisely. There you go. Placing this back into the sink. I may need this, I'm going to keep this here for now. Taking my whisk. Now this is going to be a really quick process because we do not want to remove those bubbles, okay? So just so it's mixed. Keeping it down. Turning your bowl. Making sure all those ingredients are mixed up. Okay, and then I'm going to stop. Lifting up gently so it doesn't go everywhere. Taking my blades out, press the button, okay? Popping that in there. Now with my spatula, I'm just going to go around my bowl in case there's any flour that needs to incorporate into my dish, okay? Taking it away from the edges. Sit nice and still for me, please. Okay. There you go. And you get this beautiful gooey mixture, okay? This is ready, so my surface is a little bit dirty. So I'm just going to take my dishcloth. I'm going to give it a quick wipe because I like to have everything nice and clean when I'm cooking. Good practice, always good practice, okay? Bring in my brownie tin over. I've got some parchment paper in here which we will be giving you, grease-proof paper, okay? Holding your bowl quite steady and pouring your mixture into the tray. I'm trying to show you guys, I'm holding it a bit the other way around for me. You can see that I'm swiping all of my ingredients, so we end up using all of the ingredients. We don't want to waste anything, okay? We want to try and use all of that beautiful gooey chocolate ingredients. Right, turning it around to make it comfortable for me. Swiping it and using your bowl as a tool as well, okay, to help you get all of that in. Okay, so ever so gently, you're just going to push it around a little bit, taking your spatula if you want to help move it around to the edges, right to the corners, because you want it to bake evenly. It will melt while it bakes, please remember that. This is going to take half an hour to cook in the oven, okay? You'll be turning it once, 15 minutes into it. So you have to work fast because we've got 1 hour, okay? If you would like to measure your ingredients at home, it might be a little bit easier to do that. At this point, if you wanted to sprinkle some sprinkles on here, you could, okay? But other than sprinkles, not in much, because it will just get lost in the product. Okay, there you go. Now this is going to go into the oven for 30 minutes on 180 degrees, and then you have to leave it to cool for half an hour before you cut it up because it'll be really hot and gooey. So enjoy. Thank you.